What's up, everyone? Daniel here with Wealthy Clients, and we have a very special guest with us today. We got Greg from Tax Plan Advisors. Greg, welcome on.
Hey Daniel, how you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for joining us. So, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, your firm, and what you do.
My name's Greg Berg. I own a tax advisory practice, and we help people save tons of money, truckloads of money in taxes every year. And without you, we wouldn't have any leads to talk to.
Well, I think that rolls us perfectly into the next question. What was the problem you had prior to partnering with us?
Something that we're very, very proud of is that we get a lot of recommendations from our current clients and from our network of centers of influence. The problem that we had over the years is that it gets very difficult to control the kind of folks that we get introduced to,
Mm.
and so it was very difficult to scale and scale at a pace that we wanted because we're relying on others. So our primary issue was having our calendar booked with ideal candidates to talk to who were interested in talking to us.
Why did you choose to partner with us over any other company out there?
I saw one of your ads on social media, and I don't remember if it was Facebook or Instagram, or I saw that there were other people in my community that you had worked with, people that I knew or had relationships with or have relationships with. And the long and the short of that, I started to do a little bit of due diligence on you and your firm, and just saw that there were so many other people like me that you had helped. And that to me was really important because I've I've had experiences working with other marketing firms.
Mm.
It just really seemed like there was always something missing and we could never really get on the same page. And they just treated me or my firm like normal tax and accounting. We're going to do your books and tax return, just widget business. And there was something about your process that was just different, and something that people were describing in their experience working with you that was just different. And I was like, man, I need to reach out and talk to these guys. So we did.
Got it. Now, what was that missing piece that really helped you out?
The fact that you understood what tax advisory is, you understood how to communicate that in the messaging that we were watching in social media. So the other marketing firms we had spoken to, like I said, they would say, "Oh, you got tax season coming up. Let's advertise tax prep." And we're like, "We're talking to you about tax advisory. Why are you talking about that?" It was just like they just never really got it.
And why do you feel like that piece was so effective?
The reality is that tax advisory is different. I understand that the function is not really that different. Business is business. However, messaging for tax advisory is just different. Getting clients or getting prospects to for tax advisory just takes different messaging. And I guess for whatever reason, those marketing firms just didn't understand that it was really a different approach, and it's something that you were able to figure out, and others just haven't figured it out. Or maybe we just worked with crappy marketing firms. It's, I mean, I'm not trying to discount anything. I'm just trying to explain my experience. They just never got it, Daniel. They just, we would sit there and tell them tax advisory is our focus, but they were still trying to do advertising for all the other things. And it was like they were like dogs with bones and never really got the big picture.
So, as a result of implementing our strategies, what was the outcome?
Well, we've actually got return on investment. Number one, we got return on marketing dollars, right? Or return on ad spend, return on marketing cost. That was really big for us, and putting the numbers to it, I think currently we're probably 2.4-ish on our return on ad spend, meaning we made almost 2.5 on our money. I know that our sales process it's needed some modifying. And so as we've been having more and more affluent clients to talk to, we've had to grow up a bit on the sales side. So I know that our conversion rates will get better over time with our sales team. But as far as our calendar being full and having highly qualified leads to talk to that are interested in talking to us, primarily, I mean, it's been an absolute game changer for us because the calendar's full or more full than it was before, and we have a measurable return on investment. And so I'm excited as we get better at selling to a higher affluent audience, we're just gonna, we're gonna be able to scale much quicker.
So talk to me a little bit about that, right? What kind of clients do you guys see coming through the funnel?
I would say that better than 95 and not quite 100% in somewhere in that metric there. The revenues support a tax liability of 100K or more in almost every case. They are, for the most part, high net worth, and in some cases, maybe 10 to 25% of the time, ultra high net worth profile clients where they are paying tax liabilities of $500,000 or more. Those are the kind of clients that we can dramatically change their situation in most cases. So those are the kind of leads that are booking on our calendar.
Awesome. And then if you had to put a number to it, how much revenue would you say we added?
Directly from your production. And to be fair, talking about strictly ad time, meaning from day one when you started running ads and we started spending money on ads, about 82K overall from the assessment billings and a couple annual plans that we've sold. I'd be right around 82K in about I guess 6-8 week period of actually running ads, and that gives me a lot of encouragement. I know that may not sound like big numbers to a lot of people, but it's extremely encouraging to me that we went from having 0 bookings of high net worth or ultra high net worth people to having 8 to 10 bookings a week on average. And that's really due to our level of ad spend. Right. So to have a calendar that's that full, although it can be filled more, right? We're talking, but for us, going from 0 to 40 in a month is like, you remember those cartoons when you were a kid where the Wile E. Coyote hops on the Acme rocket and they just shoot up into the stars like that. That's what that did for us. Right. So for us, it was transformational for the sales team. And as we get our repetitions and we modify certain things, our conversion rate's going to go through the roof. And that's just going to mean more and more conversions on revenue. And it's just been, like we've been working together for like 8 weeks, roughly, maybe a little bit longer. And the first set of ads that I filmed and didn't do squat, and you and your team stepped in and told us what to do and how to get to where we needed to be, and we were able to get those things done, and now the advertising is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Like, it's a game changer for us.
Where do you feel like your firm would be right now if you didn't take action and hire us?
I would still have no control over who we're talking to. Right. What I mean is, we have control, but not like on lockdown. We would still be relying on other people to introduce us to other people, number one. And we would have no predictable way of scaling the business now that we're in a position to do so. And I don't think that we would be talking to the type of qualified lead if it wasn't for how you guys know how to find them. There's a science to that. Yeah, we would have 0 bookings on our calendar. We would only have bookings coming in through recommendation, which we're grateful for. But I think I'd rather be talking to the highly qualified lead that's ready to talk versus somebody who, we don't have as much control and predictability in that. So that's where we would be. We would still be lost in the matrix, still wishing that we had bookings on our calendar of affluent or high net worth folks and talking to recommendations, which again, we're grateful for, but no real predictability in that.
So if someone's watching this right now and they're either on the fence about working with us or just taking the next step and booking a call to meet with us, what would you say to that person?
I would say trust your gut and book the call. The worst thing that can happen is that they find out it's not the right fit for them. Either way, they can cross it off the list, or they can put an asterisk beside your name saying, this firm has something, right? And I would just encourage them to trust their gut and to take action. That's what I would do. I know they won't regret it after they do it personally, but the best thing they could do is take action.